And then I'm Captain Creger. I'm the B Troop 175 Cav Commander, 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault. So I'm the Troop Commander for B Troop 175 Cav, training with 6th Brigade down here at FTX Capt in Tantan. Additionally, I'm acting as the Ground Forces Commander for the coalition forces we have here. So we have Navy, Air Force, Marines, Army. Also within the Army we have National Guard and active duty. And ultimately, I'm responsible for the health and welfare of all those soldiers and ensuring that we get them to where they need to be and can conduct good training with the Moroccans. Today specifically, we're conducting our final exercise, a joint live fire maneuver with the Moroccan Army, 6th Brigade. There is one company of Moroccan motorized infantry and then a troop minus of my own soldiers, as well as a FA battery that's controlled by the Moroccans with National Guard support from the U.S. And we're also apparently going to have U.S. Air Force integration with a B-52 flyby and CAS integration with F-16s. This exercise has really done a great deal to build interoperability between both armies. We were unsure exactly how we were going to be operating out here until about a month out, but this is not a mission where we come here to train them. This is a mission where we come here to train together. And we have learned some things, they have learned some things, and we've really built a great relationship with the company that we've been training with. I would have to say one of the big highlights that I have is we did a small arms range and on one of the first days out here, and that was the first time that we really got to interact with the Moroccan company, the motorized infantry company, and they did a great job training us on the Kalashnikov. And then we brought them over and taught them how to use the M4, and seeing my soldiers, the lower enlisted soldiers that I have, training their lower enlisted soldiers and building that relationship on how to utilize the M4, and then the same exact thing on the Kalashnikov with their soldiers training ours was just a great moment as far as building that interoperability down to the lowest level. Absolutely. So out here there's about a brigade-sized element of Moroccans that are helping provide all the warfighting functions that we don't have as a company team. So I have been integrated into their staff functions as well, along with my XO and my first sergeant. And we probably spend about 90% of our time deconflicting and synchronizing efforts throughout all of their staff functions. And then I integrate directly with the force commander on ground. Key takeaways is this is a fantastic mission set. We have got a lot of training conducted here. We got to do platoon live fires in an area that is just wide open as far as SDZs, REDs are concerned. We were able to integrate, both artillery and mortars for indirect fires. We had the Raven up and flying. We also got to do all kinds of training with the Moroccans. I think that moving forward, this mission can absolutely increase. You could even bring a mechanized element into it, but I would say a battalion minus, at the very least out here, because you have such great terrain. You have such a large Moroccan force that is willing and eager to train with you. I think that we could really expand this operation and turn it into something even greater than it is now. So coming out here, we actually had more explosives, mortars, and small arms ammunition than most of our brigade has as it's strapped for a year. So the amount of time that we got on trigger, doing demolition training, OSRA training, and mortar training out here is we packed a lot into 2 weeks, almost more than we get done in a year. It's a great way to cap off higher level collective training. My final takeaway from this, it was a great event from start to finish. You don't really get to train expeditionary deployment very often, so as far as readiness is concerned, that was a great way to identify gaps and develop our SOPs in order to get out the door from Fort Campbell. Once we got on ground, the great thing that we got out of it was training the Moroccans and them training us down at the lowest level. It's a great way to re-blue some of those individual tasks that you don't normally get after a long, collective focused training cycle. All right, I'm Captain Creger, AARON, CREGAR. I'm part of 2nd Brigade Combat Team, 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault. I am the Bravo Troop Commander for 175 Cav, the reconnaissance squadron within 2nd Brigade.
Sergeant First Class Timothy Cooke. I belong to Bravo Troop 175 Cav, 2nd Brigade, 101st Airborne Air Assault. I am a platoon sergeant responsible for 1st Platoon here in Bone Troop, consisting of 20 soldiers. Our mission is to train alongside, learn tactics, Pathfinder operations, machine guns, weapon density, and peacekeeping operations combined together, developing TTPs, sharing TTPs, learning from one another. The event today is called the FTX, the final exercise. It's a culminating event which encompasses all the training we've conducted together to put on a live fire exercise for the commanders of both U.S. and multinational forces. We got here, it was a little confusing, trying to understand the culture. However, after our first training event, myself as well as all the soldiers kind of grew a bond to them. Questions, learning about their culture, their military, and kind of educating ourselves and vice versa. We got a few hours to ourselves. Got to travel down just to the west, a few hundred meters from our camp where we're staying. Got to visit the beach, take the soldiers down and see a Moroccan beach. It was almost untouched, I would say almost, because we saw the previous unit 124 put some rocks down there representing, I think it's the Marine Corps. But got to go down there, climb on some rocks, see the ocean, splash in the water a little bit. It was a good time. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to speak this not for myself, but I think for the soldiers. The past 10-15 years, our countries have been back and forth between Iraq and Afghanistan. And the new generation of soldiers may or may not get that. However, bringing them to another country and understanding cultural differences between us and America, I think is significant to our future leaders, seeing how all that plays out when people say, hey, this is the reason why we do something, and understanding that now. Yeah.